Hey, Breaksage Brickley here, and welcome to my 2021 LEGO Hunter Orc Army from the LEGO The Hobbit theme. And I'm happy to say that I can finally show you my LEGO Hunter Orc Army because I actually didn't have enough minifigures to post my first Hunter Orc Army last year. So right now I can finally show you my LEGO Hunter Orc Army, and you can actually only get the regular Hunter Orc within, of course, this set right here from the LEGO The Hobbit theme. So that is definitely an amazing minifigure. Of course, the Warg Attack set over there. And you can also get this minifigure right here, this minifigure with, of course, the different head printing over here. I think it really looks superb, this facial printing. And I didn't really have a lot of these, but I have a couple of the newer printings for the Hunter Orcs. But yeah, I'm happy to say that I have a lot of Hunter Orcs over here, and we're just gonna go and take a look at my Hunter Orc army. So back in, I believe, 2015 till 2020, I actually had 4 Hunter Orcs and not a lot more. That's actually because I wasn't really a big fan of the Hunter Orcs. I wanted to collect Moria and, of course, Mordor Orcs. And I didn't really dive into collecting Hunter Orcs because of the lag printing back in the day, because I really didn't like that back in the day. I just wanted to have the same orcs in one army, and that was my Uruk-hai and, of course, Mordor Orc army. So I didn't really show a lot of interest for of course, the Hunter Orcs back in the day, but I actually came to love these orcs quite a lot more recently. So that is why I actually got a couple more of these Hunter Orcs, and they're also really useful for my LEGO The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit MOCs. So that is also one of the main reasons why I wanted to get a couple of these awesome minifigures, because they really fit in well with the Mordor Orcs, and they are actually a sort of bridge between the Mordor and Gundabad Orcs. So that is also one of the main reasons why I like these orcs. But other than that, I think they really look just amazing with the leg printing. I really like the fact that these orcs are sort of the same as the Mordor orcs, but with different leg printing. I think the leg printing on these orcs really looks superb with, of course, the sort of hips over here being covered by some clothes and the leg being just actually out in the open. I think the orcs really look superb, and it definitely adds a little bit of variety to your LEGO Orc armies when you start mixing everything up. So that is definitely one of the main reasons why I like these minifigures. I think they really look superb with all the hair pieces. I unfortunately have a lot of hair pieces being used in my Mordor Orc army. But yeah, I really like the fact that I got so many Hunter Orcs. They just look amazing. And we're just going to go and dive into the variations of the Hunter Orcs I actually have. So over here, actually, I got this sort of orc, which I also showed you last year in my Gundabad Orc army. This is actually just an orc with, of course, the shoulder piece from Yaznak. And this shoulder piece actually originally is from the LEGO Ninjago theme from, of course, the skeletons. So that's definitely an amazing piece right here in this color. But yeah, this is just a regular Hunter Orc with, of course, this awesome hair piece right here. I just added the hair piece and, of course, the shoulder piece. And this is the sort of orc which actually gets captured by the elves in the Desolation of Smaug, with, of course, the conversation between him and Thranduil, and, of course, Legolas as well, where actually Thranduil decapitates the orc. So I think this minifigure really is superb, and I definitely thought it would be just amazing to have him within my LEGO Hunter Orc army. So that is why I created this minifigure. Over here on the right, we just got actually 2 of these random Hunter Orc commanders with the shoulder pieces, and these shoulder pieces are actually from my LEGO Gundabad Orcs. But I thought it would be superb to just switch it up a bit and add these to my Hunter Orc army. So I really think that these pieces are just superb to add to your LEGO Hunter Orc army, to really switch it up a bit, because I mean, it's really just going to be boring if you only have a couple of Hunter Orcs with the quivers and such, and of course just without quivers and with regular weaponry. So yeah, that is actually the main reason why I added these shoulder plates. I think it really looks superb on these Hunter Orcs. I mean, it really adds a little bit of detail to the minifigures, and I think it will look superb. But yeah, this one over here actually has my custom design for this axe over here, which also looks amazing in my opinion. I think it's really just a random weapon for the Hunter Orc, so that also looks great. And over here, I got my big main force of the Hunter Orcs. So I got a couple of Hunter Orcs with, of course, the swords, but also a lot of Hunter Orcs with the bows and quivers. And I think that's definitely important when you have a big Hunter Orc party with a lot of those bows. Those bows and quivers really are just amazing. And I think they definitely add a lot more detail to my Hunter Orc army. I mean, this army would really look weird if I only had swords in it. So that is why I added a lot of those bows and quivers. I mean, they really look superb. And I think they definitely add a little bit of extra detail to the minifigures. So that definitely looks great. But yeah, these are all of the minifigures over here. I got a couple of Hunter Orcs with the swords, the bows, and of course the Hunter Orcs with the spears over here. And actually over here on this rock piece, I got Azak the Defiler with Yaznak over here on the left to him, and actually originally in, of course, the Warg Attack set, it didn't include Azak the Defiler as a minifigure. And back in the day, I actually didn't get why, because they included Yaznak on top of the White Wargs. That clearly was a mistake of LEGO, which they actually covered up quickly with, of course, the release of the LEGO Azak the Defiler minifigure later on, along with, of course, the release of the Desolation of Smaug movie. But I think that's pretty weird that they actually didn't produce the LEGO Azak the Defiler back, of course, when the LEGO theme released, because he clearly was within the first movie, and it was actually quite weird to see Yaznak on top of the White Warg over here. So yeah, I think that's a bit weird because you clearly see that Yaznak was on top of the White Warg. But yeah, anyways, I think it really is just superb that LEGO released the Azak the Defiler minifigure over here. You actually get two variations of him. Of course, I'm just going to go and grab the other one real quick over here. So over here, actually got the other one. This is the second variation of the LEGO Azak minifigure with his mouth open. So over here, this minifigure is actually shouting. So I think that definitely looks great in comparison to the other minifigure, actually, where Azak isn't shouting over here. So I think that definitely looks superb to have a different Azak the Defiler minifigure. But yeah, I'm really happy with both of these minifigures. I know that there is an Azak the Defiler minifigure on Bricklink, which is worth over $1,000 because of course, it was released on a sort of LEGO gathering in San Diego, I believe, but I'm not sure about that. But yeah, I'm really happy with all of the orcs I got over here. I mean, right now, we're just going to go and take a look at all of the different type of orcs. I set up all of my Hunter Orcs sorted by weaponry, and we're just going to go and take a look at the Hunter Orcs right over here in the front. So I got 11 of these archers of my LEGO Hunter Orc army, and I think this just looks superb with all of those bows and quivers. So those minifigures really are superb. And I think it's also a bit weird to have a couple of these orcs without the hairpiece. So I'm definitely going to order a lot more hairpieces in the future to add to my LEGO Orc armies. And over here in the back, I got a group of LEGO Hunter Orc Swordsmen. Really epic minifigures in my opinion. I think they look superb. So really just an amazing group of those minifigures. I actually got 7 swordsmen within my LEGO Hunter Orc army. So really just an epic minifigure collection right here. Then over here I got this smaller group actually. We got 2 of these Hunter Orcs with the spears over here. I thought it would be fun to include 2 Hunter Orcs with spears because these spearmen are actually just really common within Hunter Orc packs. I mean, you have a couple of Hunter Orcs going hunting with these spears, so that's definitely something amazing to have in my Hunter Orc army. And then, of course, as I shown you before, actually, I got these Hunter Orc captains or commanders over here. So those are actually all of my Hunter Orcs. And, of course, don't forget, over here, I got these awesome commanding minifigures. We got Azak the Defiler and Yaznak. So those are all of my Hunter Orc minifigures sorted by weaponry. So here are all of my LEGO Hunter Orcs, and I'm glad to say that I got 23 of these Hunter Orcs total within my LEGO Hunter Orc army. So I'm really happy with that. But I think it's also a bit crazy because you got to consider over here that you could only get 2 of these Hunter Orcs within 2 different sets. So you got 2 of these regular Hunter Orcs within the Attack of the Warg set, and of course 2 of these sort of newer Hunter Orcs right here within the other set from the Hobbit, actually the Attack on Lake Town set, I believe it was called. So if you would buy 2 of the LEGO The Hobbit sets, you would just get 4 Hunter Orcs. Now you gotta see, I got 23 of these orcs. You just gotta imagine how many sets you gotta buy to get this many minifigures. Yes, that's a lot of sets to only get these Hunter Orcs, but I myself bought them, actually bought most of these from an Instagram seller, and all of these are 100% LEGO, so I'm definitely happy with that. I'm just happy that I got so many of these Hunter Orcs, and I can finally call this my first LEGO Hunter Orc Army update. So if you did enjoy watching this video, of course, let me know by leaving a thumbs up to support it. Go subscribe to Brickley if you are new to my channel. And of course, ring that notification bell to stay updated when I post any LEGO videos. And I'll see you all in next year's Hunter Orc Army video.
It's in the air like a blazing flare.